So I'm going to date myself here a little bit. When I was in high school, I went to Cibola High School, and I had the opportunity to help the school newspaper kind of write up some reviews, so to speak, of local theater productions in the community and not just at Cibola. And they were doing in tandem, I think it was at Albuquerque Academy, and this was when MTS was still at CLOA. They were doing in tandem Forever Plaid and the Taffetas. And I was just a high school student, and so I went and saw it, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is fantastic, this is amazing. And I already had aspirations to go on and do things myself in the future, but I was really, really impressed with MTS, aka CLOA at the time. My personal first involvement was back in 1998 at Popejoy, and I was featured ensemble. I wasn't, nothing special. I graduated the year before, and so this was my first big community theater production. Was Bells Are Ringing. That was Joe Paone, the late Joe Paone was the director, and that was in Popejoy, and it was wonderful. And I just experienced, what community theater was all about, and the magic of it all. But seeing kind of these large-scale productions, it really hit me. I was able to do Hello Dolly. Ted Sprague was directing, and I went on, and my first gig in Southern California, Ted Sprague was directing, and it was it was the first glimpse into networking, between directors and people you'd worked with and so on and so forth. But more importantly, in recent history, semi-recent history, I was able to work with my wife and a lot of our extended family, our chosen family, between our stage managers and lighting designer and so on and so forth for Shrek the Musical back in 2014. And I spent a significant amount of time here at MTS, and then of course as we transitioned over to APAC for the run. And so many memories come from that time, and I really appreciated that opportunity that we had to work on that show. What does MTS mean to me personally? It was my first glimpse into what community theater could be, and seeing these large-scale productions and being involved in that on the front end. And then when I came back to town, seeing that MTS was still alive and going, and that mission was still being met and realized, was important to me. There's various venues around town that produce musicals, and they have specific portions of the genre that they focus on. But MTS has a significant history and has played a big part in who I am as an artist, and so I appreciate MTS from that perspective. Why do I keep coming back to MTS? At the root, again, it's part of my original makeup as to what my building blocks, my foundational aspects were at the beginning. I consider myself a musical theater guy. I am very much a character actor, and as I've gotten older, I've really gotten into directing and working with a team and that sort of thing. And I haven't worked exclusively at MTS, and I haven't worked recently per se, but I've been able to experience all of the aspects that are important to me at MTS. And once we get past this pandemic, I hope to be able to return to MTS in whatever capacity is appropriate at that time. MTS is an important community organization at large. I mean, it's not just some small group of people that get to work and play here. It's a community organization. I think it's important to donate to MTS or any organization that you believe in. I think it's important to give back on Giving Tuesday to the organizations that speak to us. Had it not been for my foundational time at MTS on the front end, I don't know that I would have gone on to do some of the things that I had the opportunity to do. And I know others that probably feel the same way. In fact, I know that because I've talked to them about that. I just got out of a youth committee meeting this morning, And I know that there are people in the community that are younger that are looking at what opportunities are there for them for the future. And so my first show at MTS was when I was 19 years old, 19 years old. And, it didn't matter. It didn't matter that I was relatively fresh out of high school. It didn't matter that I didn't have a big resume. It gave me an opportunity to start building upon my resume. And it's important to see the organizations that we cherish get through this pandemic so that they're still here on the other side, so that whether it be the future generations or people who are coming in, they're retired now and they want to do something that they've always wanted to do, so that the organization is still here.